Adios, amigos. This is probably the 10th trial that I'm going to be recording. Apologies. I was trying hard for the last 2-3 days to bring this video to all of you. This is going to be my first fragrance review, so I apologize if you think I'm stuttering and I'm not as fluid because I'm more used to speaking on car mods and bikes and many other topics, but this is my first ever fragrance review. The fragrance review that I want to bring to you is not done by many. I don't think there's any single full review for this perfume still to date. It's Xenial from Scent Explore. It's a limited edition, 500 bottles only from Navitus Parfums. The CEO for which is Mr. Hayan Merchant, UAE-based entrepreneur, philanthropist. He's basically a business icon. Also happens to be my brother, and I've mentioned him, and I'd like to extend my gratitude towards him because he got me hooked up with the Navitus Corporate Affairs Office, and they expedited the shipping, and I got these. I actually ordered 2 bottles for myself, and I got these in record time. I'm very grateful to Hayan Merchant. A little brief about the perfume itself. Max 40 is the brainchild behind Scent Explore that happens every year annually in the US. It's an exhibition, it's an expo that showcases many perfume houses, many perfumers, and it's a place where everybody comes together to share common interest and the love for perfumeries, basically. So Max 40 being the brainchild is one of the creative directors. The other is Steve. I apologize as I don't remember his surname, but the YouTube handle for Steve is Red Lessons, and he's done many reviews, and these people have been fairly influential on the choices that I have made towards my fragrance journey. Yeah, so I acquired these like the last I think the day next to the New Year's. I received this on the 3rd of Jan, and I had ordered this around the 25th of December. So that's a record time. I mean, I'm super appreciative of Hayan's efforts in getting this to me. The nose behind the perfume is Christian Carbonell, the master perfumer, Chris Maurice. He's also known as Chris Maurice, and he's the nose behind this fragrance. He's the nose behind a lot of other fragrances, 2 of which I have from the house of Xerjoff. One being Tony Iommi, one of my favorite signature scents, patchouli based whiskey, tobacco is just amazing. We are not, however, going to be talking about this fragrance as of now. This was, by the way, gifted to me by my brother Abdul Karim Kadwani, and I have more things to say, but my words are limited. I'm full of gratitude, but we do things for each other, and he's gone out of his way to give it to me as a birthday gift, mainly because I love Black Sabbath. I love the Tony Iommi. I like the music of Black Sabbath. Back in the day, I was introduced to it by one of my other friends, Samir Tariq. He gave me his father's album to play in the house, and I fall head over heels as we used to play music back in the day. I was the guitarist, and Samir would sing a few of the creations that of the songs that we did together in a very small room back in the day. Another creation by Christian Carbonell, Chris Maurice, is also from the house of Xerjoff. This is Alexandria 2 from the Oud Stars collection. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the Tony Iommi is from the Special Blends collection. This is Alexandria 2 is from the Oud Stars collection. Is another favorite of mine from this house. And so I've put down these notes that might help me get my message across to you for the review. We will start with Xenial perfume notes. Perfumes. I got into perfumes because just like music, I think perfumes have notes, opening notes, heart notes, and then your bass notes. Uh, and so does music. Music has notes, yeah. So I guess there's it's artistry at its best. Creating a fragrance is not a normal feat that many people can do. It's an acquired skill. It takes a long time. Uh, the degree uh, for perfumery or becoming a master perfumer takes about 10 years to study. I think that's more than the studies to become a doctor. And hats off to all the perfumers who make these masterpieces that we can enjoy uh, by simply spending a few dollars. Maybe they're worth more in weight than we pay for them. We might find them to be expensive, but these are masterpieces designed by master perfumers, and it's just a small premium that we pay towards acquiring these fragrances. So I'll quickly break down the notes to you all. The top notes of Brazilian orange, Italian bergamot, Spanish lemon, and single malt whiskey. I'm sorry, I'm reading a few of the notes that I've created for this review to bring you a detailed description of the different facets, the different nuances this perfume is going to take you through. As you all know, the citrus opening is very clean, refreshingly bright and sparkly. Reminds me of a perfume that I acquired back in, I think, 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Creation E by Roger Perfumes. It's also called Enigma in certain parts of the world, depending on the copyright laws, and so they weren't allowed to use the name Enigma in a few parts of the world where they have gone by the name Creation E, and this one here in the United Arab Emirates is called Enigma. Either which ways, so the single malt whiskey, it kind of contrasts with the bright, fresh opening, the citrusy opening, and gives you a sophisticated, warm, and deep, complex note comprising of hay-like, oak barrels, dry fruits, honey, and mild spicy nuances, usually found in woody fragrance, orientals, and some chypres. So I know I'm butchering some of the pronunciation. It's not chypres, but I hope you get the message. It's something from the epiglottis. I think you pronounce it as sheep. I don't know French pronunciations, and I'm probably not going to do it justice, even if I try my hardest. Either which ways, it goes into the heart, where you have Bulgarian lavender, which is fresh, floral, uplifting, and very stimulating, yet calming at the same time. Real powerful, clean, aromatic, like high altitude lavenders, and finishing with a somewhat ambery dry down, which is depicted in the bottle that looks like so. I hope you're able to see it. So it starts off dark, sophisticated, mysterious kind of opening, and then as it progresses, it comes to a color that I could associate with an ambery dry down. Yeah, I think we have in our minds certain colors that we associate with certain notes, and so that comes to mind. Well, either which ways, so it goes into an ambery dry down. Egyptian geranium is of great importance in perfumery as it lends a round, sweet, and flowery aroma reminiscent of roses to various compositions. I can name one that I'll mention short after the description for the geranium is done. Surprisingly, though, geranium is primarily used in men's fragrances and is crucial in creating the fern olfactory family notes. A perfume that I remember that does not use rose at all whatsoever is from Frederick Mall. The name of the perfume is Rose and Cuir. So it has a leather accord, but nowhere does it have roses, and it will remind you of roses because it has geranium, and geranium, depending on the amounts used in perfumery, can actually remind you of rose-like nuances. So Rose and Cuir does not have rose at all, yet the perfumer has masterfully crafted the rose accord in the perfume through geranium. Apart from that, you have Turkish laurel, which I did not know about, did not exist for me up till now. Gives an intriguing smoky floral apple-like nuance. It shimmers in the top notes, runs like a subtle lead motif through the heart, and lingers well into the dry down. So it's a note that creates that stays with the perfume from right from the opening till the time it dries down and stays beyond. Clary sage blends well with other aromatics. Its fragrance is often described as fresh, clean, and pleasantly aromatic, giving off a fresh herbaceous scent. Ambergris has one of a kind musky characteristics, adding an enduring scent to essential floral oils. As an animalic pheromone, it is an aphrodisiac. Uh, I think anybody who's probably watching this video already knows what ambergris is. It's basically an ingredient, an animalic, if you would. But for this, you do not need to kill the sperm whale that produces the ambergris. So the sperm whale is touted to eat a lot of fish, and some of the fish can have devastating effects on its kind of digestive tract and gut, and so it has a natural mechanism of kind of vomiting this out or pooping this out. I'm not sure where it comes out from, the front end or the back end, but it kind of vomits or poops the part that could be harmful to its digestive tract and guts, and that kind of travels through and through and through and gathers all the ocean goodies and then deposits onto the shore, where it collects a lot of the minerals and earthy components that ambergris is touted to have, until the time it's found. It's sold very expensive. Nowadays, the creators of the perfumes are trying to use ethical ambergris, ethical civet, castoreum, hyrax, hyraceum, deer musk, other accords. They're trying to create with aroma chemicals the same effect. A few of the artisanal perfume houses are doing well with creating these accords, as well as a few of the leading brands. I think Amwaj does not use the real stuff. They have castoreum and civet in few of their fragrances, and it kind of shines through the fragrance. The animalics can give it a very deep kind of nuance. It has different facets to it, which we shall get into a later video. We will now so let's take a quick dive into the base notes for the perfume, starting off with the Maduro Cuban cigar note. The Maduro wrapper itself goes through a fermentation process which gives us different nuances from chocolate to peppery, with a sweet texture that complements the boozy notes. Example, rum, cognac, whiskey. It has a premium suede-like texture. So the suede basically is a soft leather, as a lot of perfumers would refer to as a soft leather, as it's not animalic. It does not have these animalic qualities, but suede itself adds a velvety texture depth to the composition. You have the Madagascar vanilla and honey, which give it a sweet nuance, but not too takingly sweet. It's mild. It's mildly sweetened by these two notes, and gives it a little more depth. Plus, you have the Haitian vetiver and the oak moss, which give it a deep, dark, earthy nuance with woody, earthy feel, and it's like a flow of a damp forest. You have the hay note, the French hay. I think it is. The French hay has characteristics of a warm summer day's embrace, and so for the winters it's apt. It kind of feels like a warm embrace, a warm hug by someone you love, someone who cares for you. That kind of rounds up the fragrance, and that's what the fragrance is all about. It's Xenial, it's warm, hospitable, welcoming. It has that feel of a gentleman's lounge club. where you're sipping on a glass of whiskey with smoking away a Cuban cigar, or getting wafts of Cuban cigars from the neighboring tables, uh, the people around you. You have this wooden flow like uh, quality to the fragrance, which kind of rounds off the entire ambience of the gentleman's room. I'll quickly take you through the presentation. I have two boxes. One of them which is packed. I still have not opened, and I don't intend to open it uh, very soon. I want to keep it. I want to cherish it for as long as I can. Here is the presentation. It comes in this beautiful box, and you have Scent Explore written here. So it commemorates, I think, the fourth or fifth annual Scent Explore. You have all the information on the back of the box. It's a premium luxury kind of a luxury watch case, which opens up so, and then you have another box that keeps the fragrance firm and tight in place. You have the notes. You have a card that reads out the list of notes that you have, and gives credit to the master perfumer Chris Maurice, which I think a lot of fragrance houses should do. I appreciate that in a fragrance house. That's a leather case, more like a luxury box kind of a leather case, with the plaque that reads to you the limited edition, the number that your bottle is, out of the 500 bottles that are totally made for this fragrance. You can take out the perfume from the box and store other jewelries, watches, and luxury items that you might own. The perfume itself comes with a leather sleeve, which I haven't really experienced before. I think that's another touch that makes it feel more luxurious. That's the bottle that comes out from the leather case, and as I was mentioning, it's a gradient glass going into an amber dry down, if I may say. It's an ambery color. This color I associate amber to, and a lot of fragrance lovers do as the same. It's dark, mysterious on the top, and it kind of finally goes into red, and then your ambery nuances. That's the bottle. The cap is nice and heavy. It feels luxurious. That's the sound of it. There's a softening material inside that doesn't affect, I think, the cap long term. That's the atomizer. I'll show you the sprayer for this. Is premium. It's a big mist. It's kind of, I'll just put my hand here so I don't spray it all over my laptop and other items. Here's the sprayer. So it's a huge cloud. It's a huge cloud. It's a big mist. With atomizer, and it does a pretty good job. So here's the atomizer. It's amazing. It has this awesome mist that comes through. The distribution is excellent from the perfume. I didn't want to waste it, so I kept my jacket on like at a distance. I didn't want to block your view either. It's a beautiful bottle. It's a beautiful packaging. I can't say much about. I can't say enough about the smell profile. Is just a perfect winter scent. It's next to none. The quality of the ingredients I can swear by, and I know the kind of the perfectionist, and I know how passionate Hayan Merchant is, taking his work, his passion, his love for being a fragrance head, the love he shares for the community, and the love he gives to all the family and friends. He's a very humble human being. There are not many pieces left that I can vouch for. I think most of the pieces have been sold out. The little few that are remaining, they don't have shipping to the United Arab Emirates, but you can get in touch with the Navitus team in US, where the fragrance is available still, and they will send you a PayPal link with shipping charges, etc., which you can pay, and the shipping is ultra fast. That I can swear by. I got this perfume like within a record time, and it was Christmas and New Year's and everything clashing in between, and I didn't think I'd get this before mid-Jan. I got this. I think I got this on the 2nd or the 3rd of Jan, and I was so stoked. I mean, I cannot tell you enough how excited I was. If you want to get yours, try to get in touch with the Navitas team, and they'll hook you up for sure. They have some offers going on sometimes, which you can probably uh, benefit from, but the fragrance itself is worth every dollar that you spend on this. It's a commemorative perfume. It's a limited edition. It holds a collector's value to it. The box is amazing. Once you've taken out the perfume, you can probably store your jewelry or your watches or anything of that kind.